Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the CR250 build. So I don't know how many of you guys know, but I was building a CR250, and as I'm talking about this, I'm just going to let some of today's video kick it in the background. So yeah, it's a 2003 CR250, and the last video I posted on it was January 14th, 2023. So it's been a while since I've posted a video on it, and this bike's been done for a while. Right now it's got like 125 hours on it, and it's been good. I just haven't got the videos out on YouTube, and there's a couple reasons for that. One of the reasons is the 2002 YZ426 build came along, and that one just kind of took over, mainly because the footage I filmed was way better, so it was easier to work with, and it was just a little newer, like fresher in my memory, so it was easier to work on that while it was still new. And another reason, I kind of already talked about that, is the footage of the CR250 build was kind of bad. Camera itself was fine, it was just my camera angles weren't super good. I didn't take as much time to set up, and a lot of it was just me trying, like walking around the garage trying to find parts I lost, so it was just filming the bike while I was trying to find stuff, and then there's a bunch of stuff I missed, and there's a bunch of stuff I was just completely in the way for, and there was not much good footage. So I'm going to try and make the best of what I got. So I don't know how many of you guys even know about this build. I'm going to link the playlist to it in the upper right hand corner right now. So if you want, you can go check it out. Just know that all the footage of it isn't going to be the same as the 426 build, just because I didn't have as much experience doing it, so quality wasn't the same. So yeah, the bike now, it's been running for a while. Like I said, it's got a bunch of hours on it, and it's been good. And I just want to get this build finished so I can show you guys some of the rides and stuff I've done with it. Tell you guys some of the problems I've had with it, some of the good things. Overall, it's been good. Obviously, hasn't blown up on me yet. It's had 3 top ends, just maintenance on it, and obviously I haven't sold it, so I still like it, even though it's been kind of a money pit, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get this build finished here within the next couple weeks, hopefully, unless something comes up. You never know with me. There's not that much left of it with it. I think maybe 3 more videos after this one, we'll see. So anyway, yeah, this video, I think we're gonna get the subframe on, get the wheels built, get the forks in, get the carb on, a couple things like that, and get some of the hard parts on, and then maybe 1-2 videos, then we'll get her fired up. So yeah, enjoy the video, and yeah. Alright guys, sorry the camera ran out of storage there, but I got the old seat cover off, got the rest of the staples out and cleaned it up a little bit. Here's the new seat cover, so let's throw it on. Got this new stapler here, pneumatic, so that'll make the job a lot easier. Let's get to it. Enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, ready to build this rear tire here. So the tire I'm using is a 220 ride tire here. I've had good luck with them. Small company. This is an intermediate terrain tire.
It's only $75 compared to other ones like the Maxxis Desert IT, which we've used before. It's like $170 now, so there's no point in getting it. IRC heavy duty tube and new spokes, stock, or not stock, hub that came with the bike, and the rim that came with the bike, new rim lock, new rim strip. So let's get building. Enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, I got the tire on. Went pretty good, except for beating it. Just this tire just takes a lot of air to get it to bead. Took about 80 psi and a bunch of that tire mounting lube, but it popped on out. So let's get this sprocket installed. So this is a Vortex sprocket, 48 tooth. It's a good deal for a steel sprocket. It's only like 30 bucks, and it's holding up perfect on the YZ250F. So just throw it on, and this combination of bolts and nuts is probably pretty overkill. We got an Allen bolt here with the red Loctite and a locking nut that goes on the back, but that's what we got here. And these are torqued for 24 foot-pounds. Alright guys, I got this Tusk brake rotor here. It's a wave rotor. It's called their Typhoon, I'm pretty sure. So, works good, looks good, running on my 250F. So, let's get it installed. Alright guys, let's get these forks mounted up. So I already cleaned off the stickers that were on it, so it's nice and clean. I already got these aligned, so it should slide. And I'm going to set them where the air screw is out and it's just above. I'm going to set it to where the letters are facing forward relatively. It's not torqued yet, so I'm going to give it a little bit of room to be torqued. I'm just going to tighten up the top ones. When I torque it, I'll loosen the top ones so threads don't catch. Good, I'm going to torque them down, then I'm going to align them. Alright guys, let's get this front wheel built. Just like the back, it's an XL rim, brand new spokes, and the hub I powder coated earlier with fresh bearings, fresh rim strip and rim lock. New tube, new tire, so it's going to be a full new setup. The tire I'm running here is the Michelin Starcross 5 soft terrain tire. Works good, super good in the sand. So let's get her together. Enjoy the time lapse. find seems to be that these the Michelin tires work a little better for beating up and everything. They're a little softer, but I got it. Just need to tighten up the rim lock there. I'll do that in a second. Let's get this brake rotor on. So it's going to be the same for the front, a Tusk Typhoon brake rotor. Same as the rear. And I'm going to Loctite the bolts again, even though these have a nut on them. Just good practice. There it is. Just need to clean up the nut. It goes over here a little bit. Put in the pinch bolts here and give her a bounce. Alright guys, got brand new carburetor here. This is the Billetron carburetor here for this bike. So as you can see, beautiful piece of equipment here. This is their newest carburetor, released in 2020, I believe. I also got a new microphone set up, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna slide it on in here if I can. Got all the hoses on, but I'm gonna take them off and replace them with red ones. But I just want to get it in first, so then I can get the measurement so the new hose is perfect. Okay, just like that. And get it into this boot here. Like so. Alright, got the carb in, so let's get this throttle in. So the grips I'm going to be using here are ODI EMIG grips here. Got these from an FMF order, so it's the FMF edition, that's why it's yellow. So try it out. Had to rebuild or get a whole new housing here because the guy we got the bike from did not have the housing, or who knows what happened, didn't have the throttle slide either, so that's why we had to get the Electron. So if I'm right here, it's gonna slide on to a right side here, and the cable clutch cable seems to be pretty loose here, so I'm gonna feed the throttle in right here. It'll all get squeezed by the tank here. I want it under our radiator hose here, and yeah, it'll all change with the tank.
So let me get the throttle slide and cover. We can get that assembled. Alright, so we got the throttle cable, which is right here, and our slide here. So the cable is going to go in here, like so. It's kind of going to hold itself here. I think I actually need to have it through this housing first. Slide it through. Goes through the spring, like that, and let the spring come down. Like so. You can see how the cable's inside there. Should be pressed all the way down in there. It'll hold itself in. The spring kind of holds it in, but that's where it's going to want to sit. And so we can see how this side of the needle is notched out. That's going to have to go forwards. So, and you get this all aligned here, like so. Make sure it functions on the handlebar. Sure does. So put all this in. Should slide in like so. Enough for us to be able to get this cap on. Slide down the cap here, just enough to test it. And I'll adjust the throttle up here on the handlebar. Looks like it's going to need to be out a little bit. You'll know because there could be a little gap on the top of it here. And now you can hear that it's functioning properly. So let me finish snugging down these two. Alright guys, rebuilt the rear brake here, so you can see it's got the new line here. It's a nice red color. Polished them up a little bit, as you can see. Just finished bleeding them, and had to put the new tusk cap on because the old one was kind of screwed up. So let's see if I can figure out how to mount this here. So it should slide on in the back here, something like this. I'll show this in a minute. Let me get the front on. So the front should go on, the master cylinder should go on right here, and the brake line doesn't want to go the right direction, but it's supposed to go down. Let me get the rear back on. Gonna have to wiggle this around a little bit. This line's supposed to go down here. It's supposed to go up front and down without kinking. So I'll work that out. How the hell did it get over there? And now we can get the rear tire on here. Gotta wiggle it past this brake here. And the brake's probably gonna have to be spread. Let me get the axle started here. Alright guys, I did have to take the subframe back off to get this airbox in. Note oil filter, pre-oiled. We tried saving the twin air that was in it, but it was pretty wrecked. So, this guy is going to slide on in. And there's 2 bolts, one in either side, up front here, that hold this whole thing on. Alright, just like so, I'm going to take the paper towel out, clean any extra out, and we should be able to get this guy in. I'll see if I can wiggle it past everything here. Got our clamp here, I'm going to scoot that out of the way and go above the shock here and bring it down. Now I gotta get this whole thing onto the carb, so let me do that.